Hello YouTube! Today I want to talk to you about how to maximize your sales by selling not only at flea markets but also on Craigslist, eBay, Letgo. The reason I want to point this out to you is what I've noticed over the years that I've been doing it. I can make more money selling at all of these resources as opposed to just selling at one. So what I want to point out to you is a little bit from each one of them. I'm going to bounce around a little bit, and that kind of helps explain why I do it the way I do it. As far as like at flea markets, the things that sell the best are the things that people can see and kind of fall in love with as they see it. Say like this Pepsi sign behind me. That's it's old, it's rusty, it looks rough, but it's something that somebody could walk by my booth and see it and fall in love with it. And that's what I want to do, is I want to have some things like that that's going to draw you into the booth. And as you get in the booth, I don't want you to find anything in my booth that's going to be priced to where it's going to be offensive. So that's why I do things the way I do. And what I mean by priced offensive is I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I was at a auction and I'd bought a big pile of stuff, and they just kept throwing stuff on the pile to get people to bid on it. And one of the things that they threw on the pile was an old package of underwear. It was men's underwear. So it's about a 30-year-old package of men's underwear. It had never been opened, and so when they threw it in there, everybody got a chuckle out of it. But I did bid on the pile, and it wasn't because of the underwear. It was a lot of good items in the pile. So when I got home, I started looking up on the internet to see what some of the things had sold for, to kind of help give myself an idea as to what to price the stuff at. Well, the strangest thing of the entire pile was, oddly enough, that underwear. If you don't believe me, go into eBay and you can do a search for vintage men's underwear. And you will see prices all over the board, from $20 all the way up well over $100. That blew my mind. Well, if I would have taken that package of underwear and put that in my booth for sale, and if I would have put a price of 20, 40, 50 bucks on it, can you imagine somebody at a flea market picking up a package of underwear and being like, there is no way I'm paying $20, $50, $100 for a pack of underwear? So immediately, if somebody found that in my flea market booth, they're going to leave my booth. It doesn't matter how many great items I have in my booth. Once they see that, they're done. They leave my booth. They don't ask for, why is this price so high? Or, will you give me a better deal? They're just going to leave. So if you have something that can be priced that seems crazy to the average person, don't put it in your booth. I had a small handheld radio that I had picked up again through an auction, and this radio was made by Sony, and it's clear. And it's about the size of a cell phone. And it was one of those things that I looked up because I thought it was odd that the radio was clear. But it was cool because you could see all the parts inside of the radio. So when I looked it up on eBay and I looked to see what it had sold for, make sure you go into the advanced search tools and look at what something has sold for. So at any rate, I got in there and I looked, and that radio had been selling for about 50 bucks. Had I put that in my booth, I would have asked about $5, because that to me is what it was worth. It was a small handheld radio, That's generally what they sell for, just a basic little radio, $5, $8, $10. So that's about what I would have priced it at had I have not looked and found out. So needless to say, I stuck it on eBay and I got $50 for it, because what it is it is a it's only issued to inmates in prisons and jails. And the reason that it's see-through is so that they could not put contraband inside the radio. But the reason a lot of people want these things is because they have extremely well reception. I guess they're made to have strong reception because of the fact that prisons are usually, in cell situations where they don't have good reception. Let me just put it that way. So again, I could not have put that radio in my booth without offending someone when they looked and seen the price of it. So you've got to kind of look at something and think, is there a better way to sell this? And that's what I do. Like Craigslist, the best thing for Craigslist, number one, it's free. Your booth at a flea market, you're going to have to pay for. And if you're at a big city flea market, you could pay anywhere from $150 on up to $1,000 for a good sized booth in a large city. So Craigslist being free, I want to put stuff like couches, tables, any kind of big furniture. I want to put that on Craigslist, Letgo, apps like that, because with them being free, if I can get rid of it at my home, have somebody come to my house and buy it, and I'm not out any money for my booth rent, that's the way I want to go. Because a booth rent is very expensive. You don't want that thing in your booth taking up a lot of space. You don't want to have to carry it around 2 or 3 times. And the one big thing about the space is you think about how many items you could have put in your booth versus putting a table with 4 chairs. Either way, you're going to get about the same amount of money that, on the Craigslist or Letgo as you would have gotten if you would have put it in your booth. So to me, you're better off to get rid of it for free on a website or use a phone app. Also, the cell phone, I love having a cell phone that I can take a credit card with. You would be amazed at how many people will go to a flea market and not have $1 in their pocket. I am blown away at the fact that somebody would go shopping at a flea market without $1 in their pocket, but I see it all the time. So if you're willing to take credit cards, the good of taking a credit card is you get money that's instantly put into your checking account, and I use that money to pay my bills. That way I never have to go to the bank. It evens out pretty good that about 80% of my sales are cash, and about 20% of them are credit card, or maybe even a less percentage. But the good thing is I don't ever have to go to the bank to put money in or get money out. I just let those credit card sales and eBay sales go to the bank and help pay my bills and keep me from having to go to the bank. So I think that's pretty much about all of the big things that I wanted to touch on with this subject, but give that a try, give it a thought. Also, leave some comments down in the bottom. Kind of let me know some things that you've done or run across over the years that helps you sell and make more money. Just as I've mentioned, some of the ways that I have. The good of it is I'd love to learn from you. I am not a know-it-all. I'll never pretend to be. I just think it's fun to share information, and I love learning from other people. So please go down into the comments area, leave me some suggestions, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hopefully you'll enjoy some more of my videos, and I hope to be putting some more out soon. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you. Bye-bye.